White House says more than 107 million doses of coronavirus vaccines have been delivered to Americans as of this morning.
And happening today, Kentucky once again expands COVID vaccine eligibility to include more people with specific medical conditions. We're going to bring in WCPO 9 News reporter Allie Kramer now live from St. Elizabeth and Edgewood with more on how they are handling this next group. Allie.
Guys, man, they are cranking people through. The clinic here at St. Elizabeth vaccinates about 1,400 people every day. So they're really trying to get as many people with appointments through there as possible with both the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines. And now with this latest group becoming eligible, they expect those appointments to fill very quickly. That new group includes those with type 1 diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, asthma, cystic fibrosis, and those who are overweight. They're now all eligible to receive the vaccine. They fall under an expanded Phase 1C here in Kentucky. The expansion comes as the Commonwealth continues to see a drop in COVID-19 cases. There are only about 500 COVID-19 related hospitalizations across the entire state, and the positivity rate is just under 4%. Now, Kentucky's next phase is actually going to include those 40 years and older, so that jump will be a little bit ahead, we expect, of what we're seeing in Ohio, sitting at 50 and older right now, but there's no exact timetable on when Kentucky will make that jump. We know that it is just close here in the future. And Julie and Adrian, what we're really also kind of trying to monitor is when they'll be able to maybe expand more of those medical conditions as well.
Absolutely. And you did mention one of those conditions, the folks who are overweight now being eligible. How do they determine who falls into this category?
Yeah, we were all sort of talking about this last week when they made this announcement. You know, aren't we all a little bit overweight? Well, they're considering overweight technically between 25 and 30 on the body mass index scale. And so when you kind of take that into consideration, are they really going to be weighing you when you walk in? St. Elizabeth officials say, no, we're not going to be weighing, we're not going to be checking, we're kind of taking your word for it. This is the honor system. And they're hoping that people really take that into consideration before signing up, because if you're jumping ahead of somebody to get an appointment, you might be cutting in front of maybe a 75-year-old grandmother who hasn't seen her grandchildren for the last year. They are still getting a number of those people in the older generations. So no, they're going to kind of take your word for it. If you come and you're a resident here in Kentucky and say you have one of these conditions, they're going to go ahead and give you the vaccine because they have enough to go around right now for those conditions, but they're hoping that people don't abuse the system.